We have some major breaking news regarding the Diddy trial. A day before closing arguments are to begin, prosecutors just dropped a bunch of charges against Sean Diddy Combs. Now, specifically, the charges that are being dropped are kidnapping, attempted arson, and aiding and abetting trafficking. Now, in doing this, prosecutors sent a letter to Judge Sumeranian basically saying that they were just trying to follow the judge's instruction in regard to streamlining this process for the jurors. But the reality is that prosecution feels that they fell flat on their face in trying to prove that Diddy kidnapped both Capricorn Clark, his former assistant, as well as Cassie in a certain instance. And then not surprisingly, and related to the Capricorn Clark thing, they're dropping the attempted arson because they didn't do a good job when they brought Kid Cudi in trying to directly link Diddy to that fire. There is definitely circumstantial evidence there, but nothing that proves that he was directly linked. And here's the thing, it doesn't mean that he didn't do it. It just means that prosecution did a very poor job in that instance trying to connect the dots between Diddy and that fire. And regarding the trafficking, they didn't really go into any explanation on that. However, the first two, the kidnapping and the arson, those are related to the RICO charges. And remember, they're not dropping the trafficking charges, just certain elements of it, like aiding and abetting. Now, going on from that, prosecutors did say in their letter that they wanted the jury to have instructions that just because women like Cassie and Jane had given prior consent to certain acts, it doesn't mean that consent can never be withdrawn. There are a couple more things that prosecutors said in that letter that they want to make sure that the jury knows. For example, just because a woman, Jane specifically, received compensation does not preclude a finding of forced labor, which refers to the trafficking. And as for trafficking, prosecutors also want jurors to know neither physical restraint of the alleged victim nor commercial acts are required to prove coercion in trafficking. Anyways, this is a major and unexpected turn in this case. We will be following the closing arguments tomorrow. Definitely make sure to hit that follow button if you don't already, and drop your thoughts on you think what's going to happen now that we know that prosecutors are dropping some, but not all, of these charges against him.